Hello students, I welcome you all in industrial chemistry class. In last lecture, we have discussed about the batch process and continuous process. In that one, we have discussed how continuous process is important or economically profitable in industrial chemistry. And in that context, we have discussed the difference between the batch process and continuous process. We have discussed that in batch process, generally we add the starting material once and remove the product once or in a lot. But in continuous process, we keep adding the starting materials, reaction keeps going and we remove the product continuously. So this is the working of batch process and continuous process, and by considering this phenomena, we have discussed that how the continuous process is, or the difference between the batch process and continuous process, and we have concluded that continuous process is economically more profitable than batch process because it takes more energy, batch process takes more energy because apparatus or instruments remain idle after each batch, but in continuous process, as the reaction keeps going continuously and we are getting the product, it requires less energy. In batch process, requires more labor. Continuous process requires less labor. To control the parameters in batch process is quite difficult because after each batch process, again need to maintain the parameters like temperature, concentration, flow of reactant, etc. And in continuous process, once we have started the process, the reaction parameters remain constant. Again, we have discussed that quality control is quite difficult in batch process, but in continuous process, quality control is easy. In batch process, quality control is difficult because, as I told you, that reaction parameters keep changing. So to get the standard specification product is difficult. But once, in case of a continuous process, once we have set the parameters, we will get the same quality or same standard specification product. So all these points makes continuous process much more superior than the batch process. Students, in today's lecture we are going to discuss about the industrial chemical reaction. In that one we are going to discuss conversion, second is selectivity, and third is yield. When we talk about any chemical reaction, not only industrial chemical reaction, when we talk about any reaction, generally we take these 3 points into consideration. And these 3 points are very important because conversion, selectivity and yield, these points are very important because, as I told you in my previous lecture, industry is more concerned about the feasibility and profitability from the reaction because they are interested to work on commercialization scale. So when we talk about commercialization, then these points comes into the picture. First point we will discuss in that one. conversion. What is meant by conversion? Conversion refers to the amount of reactant consumed and amount of product formed in the process or reaction. So what is conversion? It refers to the amount of reactant consumed and the amount of the product formed in the process or in the reaction. That is called as a conversion. The next point is that selectivity. I hope students, you might have studied the term selectivity in organic chemistry or any chemical reaction. Selectivity refers to the amount of one product formed in major amount over the other product. Or one product formed in a major amount over the other product called as selectivity. One product formed in a major amount over the other product called as a selectivity in a very simple way. For example, if you are doing the reaction A, we are getting the product B plus C. If B is getting in major amount, suppose in 90%, and C is getting in 10%, means B is selectively one product is obtained in a major amount, B is obtained in a major amount, so it is called as a selectivity. Another simple reaction you may take into consideration, that bromination reaction. Bromination reaction of an alkene. If you take an alkene, might have studied this reaction. There is a possibility to get two products. In one case, thus there is possibility to get this product. You might have studied this reaction, Markovnikov addition. So what happens here? HBr is added against the alkene and we get the two products. In one case it gives a more substituted product, and the other product we are getting is a less substituted product. Generally Markovnikov addition gives more substituted product in a major amount. So what I wanted to tell you is that from this example, it obtains in a major amount over the other part. That is called as a selectivity. The next term which we are going to discuss is that yield. What is meant by yield? You keep note this point. Write it. The next term which we are going to discuss, yield. What is the yield? Yield is amount of product, because yield is concerned with the yield. When we talk about the yield, we talk about the how much amount of the product we have obtained in the reaction. Amount of product obtained in the process or reaction. The process or it is generally expressed in percentage. Amount of product obtained in the process or reaction called as a yield. So students, I hope you have understood these 3 points which generally deals with when we deals with any chemical reaction. That is conversion, selectivity and yield. Conversion, it refers to the amount of reactant consumed and the amount of product formed in the process of reaction called as a conversion, and selectivity, one product formed in a major amount over the other product called as a selectivity. In books you may see different definitions like keeping favorable conditions. Although it's fine, but in a very simple way you can keep in your mind, or you can understand the concept or terms like this. One product formed in a major amount over the other product called as selectivity, and yield is the amount of product, actual amount of product, we may put this word, actual amount of product obtained in the process or reaction called as a yield. Okay, fine. You keep note these points. Next we are going to discuss is that next point, intellectual property rights. Intellectual property rights, it is called as IPR. I hope you must have heard these words before this class. Intellectual property rights. Intellectual property rights means it provides exclusive rights. Exclusive rights to the inventors, and this covers, this IP rights covers the research invention, and not only it covers the research invention, it covers artistic work, dramatic work or drama, and literary work, logo, sign or indication covers rights related to all these points. Research invention, then it is any research, industrial research or academic research. It includes not only chemistry, it includes all types of research, either from any subject. Is it from biology or software related, hardware related? What I mean is that any research innovation is covered. Artistic work, any artistic work is covered under the IPR. Dramatic work and even drama. If you are doing any film or drama, or if you are writing dramatic work, you can cover this. Literary work, for writing novels, poems, your books, you can cover, or you can this gives the exclusive rights, which provides the rights. And not only this, even if you give specific logo to the books, institutes, or for any industry, or sign indications, we can take the rights, or we can rights from the government. So basically, government gives this exclusive rights to the inventor or assigner. Basically, IP rights is the creation of mind. So when we talk about, see, the word property. Generally, we talk about the property, any physical property. But intellectual property, the word, this is important. Intellectual means any intellectual invention covered by the IPR. Right? Students, keep in mind, country to country, IP rights are different. Country to country or nation to nation, IP rights vary. IP, intellectual property rights are varying or different. Means the IP laws, intellectual properties laws, are different from nation to nation. In India, IP rights are different. In US, IP rights are different, and in Europe continent, IP rights are different. In Australia, different IP rights are in East Asian countries, Japan, Korea, and other countries, IP rights are. What I mean is that nation to nation, IP rights are, their laws are different to protect their intellectual invention. Major changes happened in Indian IP laws after 2005. And who govern this intellectual property rights? It is governed by WIPO. It is called as World Intellectual Property Organization. World Intellectual Property Organization. This international body governs all the IP rights throughout the world. World Intellectual Property Organization governs or follow or governs all these IP laws. So in that context, we are going to discuss some of the points. What is the different types of IP rights, and what are the terms involved in the IP rights? So basically, there are two types of rights are there. One is the industrial property rights, and another is the copyright. Okay, in industrial, as I said, research invention, like research invention, industrial invention, sign, logo. This comes, or any development of any technology, process, softwares comes into industrial property. And in copyright, as I mentioned here, artistic work, dramatic work, literary works comes under the copyright. So we will discuss one by one in this contest what is a copyright, patent and trademark. If you will understand even these 2-3 points under this point, it will give a good idea about what is meant by patent, copyright and trademark. So I hope you have understood the point which I have discussed in this lecture. I think we will discuss about the patent, trademarks and copyrights in next lecture. Thank you.